Celebrity hairstylist Beau Dieda is in the house today.
I'm gonna have to have 2 more glasses. That's mannequin one more time.
And in our celebrity segment, you don't want to miss these trending hairstyles.
It's given me, What About Mary?
And you won't want to miss it.
I don't have time for you.
You did it!
Hi there, welcome to the Champagne Hour, Bubbly and Beauty Secrets. My name is Wealthy, this is Paaez, this is BP, and today we have in studio with us celebrity hairstylist Beau Dieda and a very good friend of mine. I just want to plug that in as well. But just a few things to know about Beau. He specializes in color and extensions. He's a Hollywood celebrity hairstylist, as I said. He's worked on celebrities like Charissa Thompson, Nick Carter, Lance Bass, just to mention a few. And last but not least, he is a husband and father to 3 fur babies. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Oh God, I almost choked when you said 3 and then you went fur babies. I was like, what?
No, we don't do the real babies.
Yeah, well, it's
I like assets.
Yeah, it's easier.
Let's
Let's talk about what you do
Let's
and
get
your
into it.
accolades. And oh my gosh, Lance Bass.
Well, I mean, dear God, let's start with the frosted tips. I mean, hello. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to work on a boy band. I was actually like in this group called Out of Sync, like back in the day.
Were you?
I played the Lance character. And we would like dance outside of the concerts wherever they were with Kiss FM. It was so stupid, but full circle. Now I'm doing boy band frosted tips all the time, and I'm like literally have to pinch myself sometimes.
No, I see those pictures and I was like, oh, blast from the past,
Yes.
Lance Bass.
Bye, bye, bye.
Was that your competition? Was he one of your competition? Because you know he sings.
No, it was never that big.
You know, you specialize in color and extensions, and one of the things that Skin Research Institute, who's our sponsor,
Yes.
does is, you know, want to make everybody look good and beautiful and young and stuff. And so extensions can do things like that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So like as what I see most in the salon, as women age, they start to thin out that hairline in the front and some of the side hair. So what I'll do is I'll go in and place the appropriate extension based on their lifestyle, and just kind of fill in what I call the Bermuda Triangle, so that you're not always trying to pull that hair from the back to try to get that fullness around your face, because it really just adds so much to your face shape, whether you have a long face or, you know, more of a square face or more an oval face. We can elongate, or we can, you know, cut some bangs or things like that to accentuate your cheekbones. So there's really a lot that you can do with extensions as you age, for sure.
And there's so many different types of extensions, right? Like
Yeah,
the trends change, or do they get better?
The trends do change, but I try not to stay with the trend, because the problem with extensions is it gets a bad rap because the client will come in asking for a certain type of extension, which really doesn't fit their lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So say like you're someone that works out every single day, like an adhesive extension is not going to work for you. Like you can't go to hot yoga with your adhesive.
Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna melt out.
Fall out. You know what I mean? I've had women come in and like done a full set of extensions with adhesive, and they're like, well, I went to hot yoga yesterday and they all fell out.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, hello?
Yeah.
Duh.
It's like what, 120 degrees in there or something?
So there's all certain types. You know, my favorite for like the workout girls, Care Tips, because it's an individual bond and you can put them up. They have full range of motion so that you can do your high ponies and things like that, and they're not going anywhere.
Are
We
those
call them
called the fusions?
the Care Tip bonds?
Yeah, I got those way a long time. I had a very bad hair mistake and I
Yeah.
lost all my hair. And I got those, and it was the most amazing thing. It took forever to do.
Oh, yeah.
I have a lot of hair,
Oh, I do them
right?
fast, girl.
But I was like, this is amazing. I'm wondering, how much does something like that cost now? Back then, it cost me $800. That was in like 2005.
I mean, it typically
God.
just depends on how much you're doing and I guess how fast you are.
Yeah.
I'm super, super fast at it, so I actually offer it to my clients at probably the cheapest rate in LA.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I can do like 5 or 6 bundles in like an hour and a half.
Wow.
So,
that is
but
fast.
typically you're looking at anywhere from like $8 a strand.
Okay.
So somewhere in that area.
Okay.
But again, it really depends on.
It
the
depends. There's a lot of
stylist.
factors, right? Yeah.
Is that the one where it's almost like a clamp, or it's like
like a
the
little-
little?
It's
So
like
there's
a-
2 different kinds of individuals. There is like a little aluminum
Yeah.
bead that you do clamp in. So you can do those with the wefts, or you can do them with the individual strands as well. It just really depends. Like the Care Tips, those go in, they stay in up to 3, maybe 4 months.
Oh, that's good. That's a long
Yeah, if
time.
you're good to them. So for someone that's not seeing me for like color all the time, and they're just coming for extensions, that's a really great thing for them because they don't have to see me as often. Because once they go in, and then they come out, and then we do new ones.
Nice.
Versus with if you're going to be doing, it's called I-tip method, where you're going to be doing, the individual beaded ones. Those you come in like every 4 to 6 weeks and you slide them up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because that hair grows out. And I remember when my hair grew out and I was like, oh, I'm about to get matted here.
You definitely want to be, separating your bonds, brushing them. It's one of those things where like you have to be committed to it.
Yeah.
You have to take care of the hair, especially for how much you're paying for it. I mean, you can't just go home and let it turn into a rat's nest.
So do men get things like that done?
I've done individual care tips on men before. Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
If they're wearing, a longer style, if they're wearing like a more pushed forward style, you can actually really manipulate the bonds. You can cut them into thirds and make them really, really teeny, and they come rooted now so that you don't really see like a light bead or anything at the root. So yeah, it's amazing for fullness. I've given guys that not necessarily wanted to get like highlights. If you're like dark hair like you guys, it's very hard to get them to like a platinum blonde. So you can just go in behind the hairline and place a few care tips and give them.
Ask, like,
Smart,
could it make the receding hairline go up?
Well, not the receding hairline. Nothing to attach it to, unfortunately.
Like a toupee, maybe.
But
I'm not a magician.
There's a million things now for men as far as toupees go. They're amazing. I mean, they make just even little front pieces that like kind of curve to the front of your hair where you've lost the hairline.
Yeah.
You can just glue a little
I keep seeing
on.
those on social media. I love those.
They're
and they look so real.
They're incredible. I'm like, I'm not really losing it, but I would maybe like to bring my forehead down a little bit.
Yeah, me too. So can I ask about, I don't know whether you were going to ask this, about damage from, is there a lot of, because I've seen horror cases from extensions.
So that's the biggest thing with extensions, right? Everyone's like, they get a bad rap. And that's what I was touching on before. As the stylist, if you're not placing the correct extension for the correct customer, then you could run into damage. You also have to really educate your customer on how to take care of them. Mainly what I see anytime that I've had damage from extensions, which is very, very rare, is where someone gets them for the first time. I tell them how to take care of them, and they don't put the effort in to do so, or they'll, rip through their hair and they'll end up like ripping a keratin bond out or something like that. So really, it's more user error than it is hairdresser error. So it's really, you got to really listen to your hairdresser and really take care of those extensions the way that we tell you to. And
You can go ahead and look at your customers and say that. No,
take care of your extensions.
And don't come back saying it's my fault.
Right? Exactly.
there's just so much. There's so much I have to do. Yeah. I was like,
Welcome to
gotta
being
do this,
a woman.
gotta do that.
Well, you're lucky because you don't have color treated hair, but if you have color treated hair, you better be using some product.
Yeah, I noticed that though. When I recently dyed my hair back black, I had highlights for a while, and it was kind of like the golden look is like fun and everything.
J-Lo glow.
It's so pretty. And what is it? The balayage?
It's a technique.
It's a technique, right?
It's not a style, it's a technique.
It's a technique. So instead of having those chunky highlights, you can have like natural looking highlights. I'm sure you guys already know about that. This is nothing new. But
Yeah.
I noticed when you have the color, like your hair gets so damaged and dry. And just dyeing my hair back black, like it immediately just felt healthier and I don't know. I still want to go blonde for the summer.
Yeah, me too.
But what kind of dye you put on that girl?
I don't know. I made a
Might
boo-boo.
have to start now.
I went to somebody that doesn't really specialize in color. And the first time it was cool, and the second time she kind of just was in a rush, and I think she just slapped a bunch of color in my hair. And
that's a really important point too, because this is why you specialize in color, right?
Yeah.
And that is so important. You want to get your hair done by somebody who specializes in the thing that you're going to get
matters.
done.
Somebody
Feelings
who
just now.
cares.
Yeah.
No, but I did that before I knew about him.
Yeah.
So when I actually reached out to him,
I don't have time for you.
you didn't. You were booked up until December, and I was like, I need to go now. So that's the only reason I didn't come see. You were like, you were really busy. But the first time I got my highlights, I didn't know him yet. So
Okay.
Anywho's.
I mean, that's back to the same thing as we're saying with extensions, with everything. If you're paying money for your hair, you're not going to go home and use Pantene Pro V, right?
Right.
Like you need to be using a good sulfate-free, good paraben-free, really conditioning your hair, taking care of it, and really actually putting time into it so that you're getting your money's worth from your stylist and you're not going back and your hair's fried and then, you know, you're like, well, what did you do to my hair? And I'm like, well, what are you using on it?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that means it's a lifestyle.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
Hair is it's true. Because this is my natural color. I know. Thank you. And, you know, just being in Australia, it goes lighter.
Yeah.
And, you know, right now, currently we're sort of in a bit of winter here in LA. So my hair goes darker and I really hate it because it feels dirty. Like the blonde doesn't look, you know, bright.
Dishwater blonde.
Dishwater blonde.
I know they say dirty blonde.
Dirty blonde. So
Only on Thursday.
not anymore. But I do like to get highlights every now and then, and I like them to look natural. You know, especially.
Well, your hair's light enough where the balayage technique would be great for you because you can do the open air technique and you're already at like a level 7, 8 in that range. So your highlights are going to come out more platinum, more golden blonde. Versus when you're doing open air balayage on someone like one of these beautiful ladies, you know, you're only going to get to like a level 6, 7. So,
Is that like that coppery color?
Yeah, you know, it's going to end up more like a caramely.
Yeah,
you know?
caramely. Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah.
Caramel.
And so when you started though as a hairstylist, it wasn't color and extensions. That became your signature, or how did you?
I started doing extensions probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, back in the day, it's funny because all these things are coming back around again. I used to do these beaded wefts where you would bead over and under, and now it's like all over TikTok, like it's this brand new thing, and I'm like,
Everything.
girl,
They repurpose everything.
we've been doing this for a long
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? So I mean, the hair quality's definitely changed, and you know, tools and applications and things like that. You know, there's a variety of range that you can do with it now that's healthier for your hair, I guess I would say.
So how did you though get into? Because you know, you guys don't know, but we know each other from bartending days. So how did you get into, like, were you always, I don't know this, like, were you in cosmetology school when we first met? And
No,
stuff like
I had
that?
already finished cosmetology school.
okay.
I went to cosmetology school 100 years ago. Not going to tell you when. Only 22.
100.
But my grandma and my aunt owned a salon in my hometown. And I
nice.
was like a receptionist there on the weekends in high school. And then I do like all my little girlfriend's hair after hours.
Aw.
And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I just give them like highlights. And then it just kind of evolved from there. I'd cut like all my friends' hair. And then in college, I'd cut all my girlfriend's hair. And a couple of my girlfriends were test dummies.
How did you get into the celebrity world then? Like,
It just kind of
He's Beau.
kind of fell into my lap a little bit. In the beginning, I got lucky. I was doing a lot of influencers at the time. Desi Perkins and Katie and JD Wadey and all these amazing, beautiful women in the beginning. So I got you know, a lot of recognition from doing their hair because they were so popular online, and it just kind of went from there.
Well, Andrew's so likable. Very,
Well,
very
Yeah.
charismatic. So I'm sure,
I
like,
try.
yeah, I think people just
I'm a
are
Libra.
naturally drawn.
So it just kind of snowballed from there, and then friends of friends and word of mouth and things like
Yeah.
that. And I mean, I met all the boy band guys because my husband actually used to be NSYNC Stylist. He was on tour with them
cool.
for like 5 years, so he did all the looks. So he's known them for years and years and years.
And he might not like this, but didn't you used to date one of the boy band people too?
No, I wish.
Or the American Idol? Was it American Idol?
Oh, I dated, yeah.
Yeah, American.
We won't.
He's like, we're gonna go into
Someone
that.
from American Idol.
oh, I wonder which one.
Stay tuned to figure out who it is on the next episode.
And having, when you get a celebrity client, that helps business? Does it help business? How does
Not really. I mean, to be honest.
Because
I mean,
people don't know that they're
doesn't-
there.
It doesn't do a whole. I mean, it's cool for like to say, oh, hey, I do this so and so's hair or whatever. Like it's for yourself, but I mean, not really. I
Because
think
it's LA, right?
Yeah, I think everyone kind of already thinks they're kind of like a celebrity in LA. So like normal clients.
That's true.
You have hairdressers and clients that like that think they're at that status anyways. But I mean, it's cool to be able to post it and put it on your resume and things like that. But at the end of the day, they're just sweet, normal people and with the same head of hair as y'all.
Yeah.
And they need their highlights done, their frosted tips.
Yeah.
So where can we find you? Where are you located?
So I'm in Larchmont Village. Well, technically
I love Larchmont.
Melrose and Larchmont. I have my own little studio there. You can come meet all my dogs.
What's your studio called?
It's just called Studio Beau. Because why not?
And it's so lovely. I love the vibe there. It's such a nice studio.
Try to keep it very homey, very down to earth.
I like it a lot.
Do you cut as well? Because I was having a meltdown yesterday.
I do.
You know, I don't want to point fingers, but I had a really big audition. And
Who's the celebrity now?
I can't tell you, but I'll tell you when we start filming.
Okay.
2 of them.
Okay.
And they're good.
Okay.
But no,
juicy.
I was having a meltdown because I'm like, I don't know. I've been to so many different stylists, and it's hard sometimes. Like, you think you've got someone great, and they either book a celebrity and then go on the road,
Right.
and they're on tour now. So you're like, who is going to do my hair?
Yeah.
And so I ended up going to a barber shop and sitting there like, stop. Don't do that. Go to there. You know, like,
You're that guy.
yeah. Because I know they'll spin that chair around and I'm like, yeah, just a little off the top. And I turn around, I'm like, what did you do?
Yeah, it's hard with barbershops because they typically follow the same
They do.
routine.
Yeah.
You know, so more the guys that I see, I call it fashion cuts because I'm not doing all these crazy fades and things like that. The men that I do, they want to keep their hair long, or they don't need it to be so crew cut.
Exactly, yeah. So I'll have to stop by your salon.
I'm afraid of you now, girl.
You should be.
I have a question too. So I'm wondering, like, for our viewers here, I know, I'm wondering, and it might put you on the spot a little bit, but. And I think Wealthy might have had it online. Yeah. We're gonna get to that. So, what are the top 4 hair mistakes that you see people make?
I mean, so it's different for everyone, right? I mean, let's first of all talk about the girl that's like, my boyfriend likes my hair long, and she has like 4 scraggle hairs down here. We all know that girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, please don't cut it. But like, the truth of the matter is like, if you take that hair up a little bit, it's going to look fuller, it's going to look thicker, it's going to fade the face correctly. If you do want to keep it long, come see me for extensions.
Exactly.
Because you do want to get that fullness. Sometimes when you're just having the scraggles down here, it just ages you. And not only that, when you don't get your hair cut, all it's going to do over the years is keep splitting, and then you're going to end up with teeny little short pieces all over your head, and you're going to look...
It's giving me Rugrats Cynthia.
Yeah, right, exactly. Not the Rugrats reference. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I show my age there.
And a lot of times too, people will ask for bangs or for some fringe, and the stylist will they'll go crazy with it, right? Like, we don't need to be going crazy with the bangs. Also,
How do you go crazy with bangs? Like, either they're
Like too thick,
too long,
or-
too thick. I had a really bad bang experience.
Yeah.
Me too,
They
me
were
too.
like way
everybody
too short.
has a
Like,
bad-
it was
everyone has a bad
horrible.
bang
Mine was different
I
than
was
yours.
trying to pull them down,
Yeah.
and when they finally got long enough, I was like, okay, swoop.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I'll tell you, when a client comes in and asks me for bangs, first of all, I ask her, are you okay?
Are you sure?
Is everything okay? What's going on in your life? Why are we going for bangs?
Yeah, is it
out of the blue?
Does it feel like when?
Oh yeah, because I
it's
feel
like a big
when,
transformation.
When a lot of women feel like they can't control something in their life, they automatically want to change their hair.
Yeah.
Right.
I did
Right.
that.
It's true.
And so
Yeah, it's true.
I've done it.
I did
being
it too.
a good stylist, you kind of have to figure out why, right?
Yeah.
Like, why are you wanting to
I
switch?
like that. Very
That's
good.
cool.
Why are
Look
you
at the
wanting-
psychology
Well, girl,
approach
I've been
to
getting
the
therapy
chair.
for 20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So you really got to dig deep and figure out if it's their style, if they're just not happy with their current situation, or if they're trying to get some control over their life, right? So what you want to do is, if they do want to bang or something and they have longer hair or even shorter hair, just start them off with a little teeny fringe, just a little fringe in the front. It's going to, really accentuate their cheeks, really give them that lift. It's going to make them feel better about themselves. But once you start whacking people's hair to here, girl, trust me, early in my career, I gave a couple people bangs, and it was like every time they came, growing their bangs out.
Oh, yeah.
So now what I do is I'm like, get yourself down to one of the extension shops in town, buy yourself a pair of faux bangs,
Yeah.
wear them for a week, style them every single day,
Uh-huh.
and then come back and tell me that you want bangs.
Right.
No one comes back and tells me they want bangs. Because
Those things look great too. I've
look
seen them on
great.
There's
shoots
They're
faux
and stuff.
bangs?
Yeah.
Is it like a
Well,
headband?
They're my favorite thing. There's like 5 different types of them. There's ones that have like hanging pieces so you can pop it in and like do an up style on the go. which is my favorite thing. Like pop one of those bangs in
I
your
want
purse.
to try some faux bangs.
Bring
Yes.
a claw clip.
in Wales, wigs are like
Flip
a
up
thing.
the back, put that in, boom, day to night. Super easy. But I see a lot of problem with bangs. Some people cut them way too far back. I mean, if you're
Oh
cutting them...
yeah.
Yeah, and what about that Dumb and Dumber one?
That's the
Everybody
one I
does?
had.
Listen, I love a Betty Page bang.
Oh my
If
God.
it works on the right girl.
Right.
You
I
know what
wasn't the
mean?
right girl.
You got to be having the right
was
look.
And you've got to do the rest of the hair to match the
To match it.
bang.
You got to have volume.
I like that
here.
when
You
they
have
do
to have
them
high
kind of
cheekbones for that, or
long.
no?
Like
high
the
cheekbones. I mean, you gotta have the face to wear those.
Wednesday
Betty Page
Addams.
bangs.
Didn't she have bangs? The girl?
Yeah, she
They
has
look good
bangs.
on her. But she's also like kind of a kid,
she's
though.
also
She's
14.
15.
Yeah.
She has pigtails.
I mean, listen, if you want to save money on Botox, bangs is the best way to go.
Right.
But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
they have to be done correctly.
Yeah.
Because you can really age someone, or you can really mess up someone's face shape by doing them wrong. So just make sure you're going to the right person and you've done your research before you do that.
Okay.
And you're ready to style every single day.
So
Yeah.
1, we have don't hang on to scraggly hair that's
Yes.
not fitting you. 2, don't bang it up if you're not committed.
Yeah.
yeah.
And 3,
And if it ain't broke, don't fix
and
it.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right,
mean,
so what's
there's-
3 and 4?
There's there's so
so many?
There's just
Okay.
so
Yeah,
many.
there's a lot.
I mean, it really
Really top.
it truly depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Wealthy came by the other day. Her hair was all one length, and she has beautiful hair, but she has great cheekbones and things like that. But she was missing the volume up top. You know what I mean? So what I did, I just gave her
Always.
what I call my Victoria's Secret layered cut, which is not Jen Aniston from 1997. Nobody needs that. You know what I mean? That's like so hard. You can't put it in a ponytail. You want to just do a nice 180-degree layer cut, and then that's all going to lay nicely. You're not going to see those layers, but what's going to happen when you style it, you're going to get that volume up top so that you're not looking dragged down.
What's your favorite thing about being a stylist? Is it transforming
I love the
somebody?
transformation.
The transformation?
I love it. I love seeing someone come in, and then when I'm done with them, just seeing the spark in their eye, the joy that, you know, your hairstyle can give you.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
And it's real. I mean, I used to go to a guy years ago who was incredible. And I remember every time I would leave, I would do highlights and cut and style everything. And I would just leave feeling like I've got movie star
Right.
hair. Like, I felt so nice. And then trying to recreate that from other people, I'm like, you're not even good at your job. Like,
I always say your hair is the crown you wear every day, right? You know, what
Yeah.
I mean? Your
Ooh, I
hair,
like that.
your hair is, I mean, if not 60%, 50% of your look. You know what I mean? So if your hair is wrong, it can really, really age you. And you really got to make sure that you're going to the right stylist that's going to fit your color and your cut and everything working.
And your
for you.
personality and everything you're going for.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, it's really one of the most. It's your first impression, really. Like that is like one of the like your shoes for me. But really your hair. I mean, that's like one of the first things. You can change someone's whole life by giving them the right hair color and the right cut.
Yeah.
I love that.
Agreed.
Yep.
And do you want to share maybe your favorite product or something that people should have on the go?
I mean, one of my favorite things, my best kept secret,
Ooh.
which is not such a secret for a lot of hairdressers, is get yourself one of these root cover-up sprays. You can get them from anyone. You don't even need to get this specific brand. If you guys ever notice, like women when they pull their hair back or things like that, and you have that really sparse hairline, and you really want to just make it kind of zhuzhed up a little bit, just spray a little bit of this in the hairline, and it's going to fill all that hairline so that you don't see the skin.
Where do you spray it? Like from the front
Well,
here?
if you look at my hair, it's all up in the root.
you do it?
Really?
Oh,
And
because
what
I
word did you use? Zhuzh?
A zhuzh.
So it's gonna make your
do you
hair
want to do
look
it on me?
instantly. I have a medium brown. It's gonna be too dark for
Too
you.
dark.
But
So
like
that's-
you, I would use like a light brown, and really. You're just gonna go in, you're gonna spray like from far away and really just fill in that hairline so that you automatically look like you have thicker hair in 10 seconds.
Nice.
But it's not for grays. It's just.
It is
It's for
absolutely
grays
for
too,
grays.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I love to use it when I'm on shoots or anything. It automatically thickens the hairline.
Thickens
Right.
the hairline.
So like as you can see, like whenever I film, I like to put a little in the front of my hair so you're not just seeing that scalp, because with the lights and everything, it
Yeah,
gets shiny.
exactly.
So all you're focusing on is that scalp part of your head.
Yeah.
So for women, when you pull your hair back, you know, like I love it. Like if you're gonna throw yourself in a claw clip with a bang, do a little hairline zhuzh with the dark spray, and you look like you have instantly fuller and thicker hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I never realized
tip.
how much of a struggle that really is for a lot of people. I talked to a lot of our customers and thinning hair, like the scalp showing,
Postpartum hair, yeah, it's I deal with
widening
that.
parts and stuff like that. Seems to be like a really big concern.
Thinning in the crown.
Thinning in the crown. Yeah, we have a great product for that too called Renew Glow.
Yeah.
What is it?
Renew Glow. It's a hair supplement. It's
Okay.
a biotin-based hair supplement, and it's got really great reviews, and people really seem to like it. But that paired with Renew Glow until
So
you get
Renew
those.
Glow's
Hopefully with the
pill?
Renew Glow, you
It's a
won't need
supplement
it.
you take every day. Yeah, no, you won't need that for long. But yeah,
And men can take it too?
of course.
Yeah? All right.
Ooh, let's
Get
go.
you a bottle.
I would like a bottle, please.
course.
Yeah, I would take 4. Thank you. One for all my houses. I'm just kidding.
And for each dog.
Exactly. My other favorite, texture spray. Everybody should have some texture spray. It really, especially for women, it gives you that volume without the crunch.
So what do I do?
But
You
is it
can-
sticky?
No, girl. It's just like,
I must have the
So-
wrong
I know, I
one.
get
So
gifted
can I
all
put
this
my
stuff, and
head
I'm like, where do
upside down
I
and
use
get more
it?
volume?
Throw your head upside down, really spray it, really put it in there. I like to curl with it because you're not really, it's not giving you that crunch. You can still run your hands through it, but it's giving you that volume that's going to last all day that you can still put your hands through. Whenever I do shoots or anything like that, and I'm constantly recurling or touching up, women, I use this because you can literally spray a whole can of this in someone's hair all day long and still be able to style it and it'll still have movement. It's great for flyaways on the go.
Oh, I need that.
Need to just
What's it
really
called?
quickly-
Texture?
This is a texture spray. It's actually
Texture spray.
From the hair shop. Unite makes one of my favorite texture sprays. There's a bunch of really good ones out there, but
Yeah.
the hairspray for women, I feel like it's kind of dead unless you're like just trying to do something really, really slick and really sleek.
I can't even think of the last time I used. Back in the day, I used to use spritz.
Yeah. Oh God.
White
rain,
hair
girl.
would be
White rain. Aquanet.
I love hairspray.
hair would not move.
I use hairspray for
I'm
myself.
so 1990s.
I use hairspray as well in my hair just because I have finer hair and I have, a stiff style.
Do you use hairspray?
I do.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I do. But for women, I love the texture spray because it's going to add that volume and really just give you the ability to have that kind of flowy hair without the
And you just
slickness.
spray it on top with the texture spray.
Yeah. Well, for women, I kind of spray it all over. I'll spray first before I curl. Toss her hair over, I spray it.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of rake it through the hair. And it just gives like instant volume.
I'll have to look because I thought it would be super sticky. I fell into a
You can feel it.
TikTok viral. I'm showing her at work. It's called Tancho, and everybody bought it, and it was sold out and all that stuff. But it's so sticky.
Oh, okay.
It's like a balm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
like
want
a what?
something super,
balm.
super
Like
light.
a balm
Pomade
stick.
or something.
Oh, balm.
Yeah.
Super airy. Yeah.
Boom. Boom.
Pomade, yeah.
I'm like, what?
If you do have some flyaways in front, like a little bit of pomade works great for that as well. You can get yourself a little toothbrush, or they sell, little brushes that help
Well,
with
that's
that
my problem.
as well.
I never know how to use anything, and they give you this huge thing.
Well, stick around. We're going to do a lot of tutorials.
Yeah.
Well, we
So next week we'll be
actually-
shooting in the salon.
We do a lot.
Yeah, we can do that.
We should do
We
that.
do that a lot. So one of the videos that I took from your Instagram is,
Hang on, what?
Yeah, her hair was short.
Wait.
Look, it's short. Boom.
Oh.
Look at you.
Girl, it's
And
only
you know
like
what?
25 tries.
You got it done. That's all that matters.
Do you know what I love about that? I was going to say this before, but I thought, don't be bitchy. But what I was going to say, when you see girls walking down the street with like hair to here and then an extension to here, and it's like boom, boom.
Oh, it doesn't
like,
blend.
It's like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that is incredible.
Girl,
That
I'm,
is-
I'm
Like
young.
you went from here
From
to what? How many
blending.
inches is that? 20
22 inches.
22 inches.
Nice. Yeah, that
Yep.
looks so good.
It's all about the blending and the color blending. There's actually 5 different colors of extensions in that hair color
Yeah.
that I did for her.
That'd take
Because
you
you want to
forever.
emulate where the natural sun hits the hair and things like that. And a lot of the time, some blondes have the darker underneath. So I'll work in the darker underneath and move on to different levels of.
Were you dyeing the extensions as well?
No, so I handpick the extensions just kind of based on what I know I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
For some reason, I have this like Rain Man gift of being able to like look at their hair and pick.
I was gonna
exactly
say
the
like
right
You
it's
do
like
have a
it's like
gift.
art. Like
It is
it's
art.
Like
I can
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
see the colors in my head for some reason,
Oh,
but I've
that's
never
so
been
nice.
wrong matching a color extension.
Yeah.
So, and it's so fun for me because I just, like I said, I love seeing the overall transformation and
Yeah.
seeing people's faces just light up.
Yeah, I mean, she must have been so excited with
Oh
that.
yeah. She was super excited.
That was a really cool video.
I like that fire engine red. I want to go fire engine red.
I'd like to see that.
You'd probably be fire engine red before you be blonde with all that
I
black hair
know.
color.
I know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm willing to go again. Because every time I dye my hair, I'm like, I love it for a week, and I'm like,
The most common misconception about extensions, I think, is that only long hair people get them, which is so not true. A lot of these actresses and celebrities and things that you're seeing on TV that have short hair have a full head of extensions.
Right,
Because
yeah.
when you do those lobs and when you do those blunt bobs and things like that, they really only work if they're thick. You don't really ever see women walking around with just limp bobs.
Yeah.
The main point about having that shorter hair is that it's thick, it moves, you know, it has life to it. So what I usually do with that is I'll do individual extensions all over the head just to give it that thickness. And like I said before, I mean, probably 60% of my business is just giving people side extensions in the Bermuda Triangle is what I call it. Because everyone's constantly trying to pull their hair forward, and girls are straining their hair to death to try to make it look longer in front. So you throw a couple extensions in on the sides, it's going to really fill out the face frame, and you're not going to be actually damaging that hair because you're trying to flat iron it down to make it grow.
Okay, ladies. It's time for our bubbles. And while we're enjoying our bubbles today, we're going to talk about hair trends and what's trending in 2023. Would you like to describe what we're drinking? How's it going to do it? Very good.
okay, so this is, I'm going to try my best, Berkel Young Cremant de l'Essai Rosé. So this champagne, we got this from our subscription at We Drink Bubbles, because we do. And this subscription is great because they send you, 3 or 4 bottles a month of hand-picked champagnes. So this comes from the region of...
Somewhere in France.
Somewhere in France. I'm like, I'm going to
Yeah.
do that. And tasting notes. It's a delicate rosé, and it has a fresh mouthful with notes of red fruit, strawberry, and tart cherry. That sounds delicious.
And you know what I find interesting about this particular champagne? It says it's a Pinot Noir, but in a rosé color.
Yeah.
So I find
love a
that
Pinot Noir.
quite, because
Yeah.
I do
I
love
don't know
a
how
Pinot
they,
Noir.
You know how they make rosés, but I guess they extract. That's why maybe that's where it gets the color. I don't know.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on that.
I don't know.
We
I
get
just
fired
love to drink it.
from a wine.
Yeah.
I don't know about making it, but I
yeah.
perfected drinking it.
Cheers.
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 All right. Let's
All
talk
right.
some trends.
Okay. So coming from Real Simple, the magazine,
All right.
they predicted these hair trends for 2023.
Bangs.
Can you guys
Oh.
guess what this one is? I'm sure you can.
Oh,
back.
this
Sleek,
thing?
smooth
Pompadour?
pompadour.
Yes. So the slick back hair trends, we've seen a surge in more utilitarian style through retro futuristic clothing. Yeah,
I feel like this hairstyle always is kind of lingering around
Yeah.
when you're doing a really high fashion look.
Yeah.
Especially for someone that has shorter hair and great cheekbones and great facial structure. This is a great way to really just highlight the face on the red carpet. Not an everyday look per se, but definitely a high fashion, high glamour look.
See, like I feel like that would kind of, because I have long hair, I feel like it just would look like I just got out of the shower.
I do love a wet look, but it needs to have some texture to it. You know, it's got to have some
Kind of
natural
like how
body
Lizzo's
wave.
had. I love Wonder Woman, by the way. I know that's not
I
her
love
name,
her.
but-
I love her too. I saw her the
I
other
like
day.
how hers has a little bit of texture. I'm not liking this like Johnny Bravo swoop.
It's
over
giving
right
me
there.
What About Mary a little bit.
Yeah.
Something about Mary.
So you got something a little
A little jizz in the French.
Yeah. Can you say that? Well, the bubbles are out.
All
Let
right.
the queen's loose.
This might be a little obvious.
The pink hair.
Pink hair.
Yeah.
I would do pink hair.
I love it.
I need a
Hot
wig
pink is
though. I don't
in.
want
I
to
love
commit
it.
to the
Pink
color.
I
is
love
in.
the
much.
pink hair. The thing about the color trends is consumer beware. You do need to bleach it pretty much within an inch of its life to make sure that that color is
Yeah.
perfect, and it will wash out in 2 weeks. So just to keep everyone aware, it's not your hairdresser's fault.
Just gets dull.
It is what it is. It's one of those, punky colors that you really, really have to get the hair to like a pale, pale, pale yellow, almost to a white, to ensure that you're getting that really, really dusty rose pink
Right.
color. It takes a long time to do, and it's very, very harsh on your hair, but it is stunning.
And it's a lot of maintenance.
It's a lot of maintenance. You're going to be doing masks at least twice a week.
Yeah.
I used to do my hair fluorescent green, and it was
The eyebrows and the hair
well, eyebrows I would just paint on, but the hair was dyed.
was dyed. Okay.
And it was so much freaking work.
It's a lot of work.
I had red. But when I did my red, I never actually bleached it. I used L'Oreal Hide Lips. Good and bad with that. But I used to take Manic Panic in between.
What is
It's
that?
like
I'm going to have 2 more glasses. She says Manic Panic one more time. Manic Panic gives me a panic.
Let's just say that I was one of those people that thought I could do my hair myself, okay? And most of the time, I couldn't.
At least you're admitting it.
I'm admitting it. That's the first step. Yeah, Manic Panic, though. So I'm taking it by your reaction.
Do not go to Hot Topic and get Manic Panic.
I didn't get it from Hot. I got it from Sally.
I don't know what that is.
It's like, what is it? It's like hair.
Tar. It sounds like tar.
It's like a permanent hair goop.
Yeah.
That
okay.
lives in your hair until you cut it out. Basically.
Oh, nice. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's hard to get out.
Yeah.
Well,
Get yourself a really cute, short, punky color wig.
I like this.
punky red.
Oh, okay, so you don't have to guess on this one because I put it on
I
there.
love loving this moment
Bullet.
for
Is
the
it the over the side
for
or
the
what is it?
flippy Jackie
Oh,
O
flippy.
bob.
I like that.
I'm loving it. I think it has a lot to do with the White Lotus. I don't know if you guys have
I didn't
seen,
watch that, but I've
seen
heard.
her season. It's all the rage right now. Everyone wants that young Italia, flippy,
Right.
really rich, beautiful browns. It's very stunning. It's also an appropriate length if you have great bone structure. It's really going to give you that lift, really focus on your jawline. I love it.
This didn't work for me. I did this too.
Did you?
It doesn't work for everyone.
It
I
was
did
not
a
good.
flip one, but
Yeah,
No.
it definitely doesn't work for everyone. You definitely have to have the bone structure.
Well,
My
that's
hair's
what
too
I
thick.
find so bizarre about trends to begin with. I love a trend. I do want to know what's going on. I do want to stay on top of stuff. However, I still want to look my best. So I think it's important to do things. Yeah, you can be trendy, but just do what works for you
Yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Because
Well, what sucks is that you don't know it doesn't work for you
until you
do it.
do it.
And then
Well-
you're like, oh, now I gotta wait.
Yeah.
It took me
That's-
forever for my
yeah.
hair to grow back.
That's where having a fantastic hair artist comes in because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
hair
over my career, I won't say how long. A good hairdresser will tell you no.
Correct.
Yeah.
They will tell you straight up, this is not going to work for you.
I've never had anybody tell me
But
that.
a great hairdresser will say no and say, but we can switch it up
Let's
like
do this.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will give you the same feeling, but not necessarily the same cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're wanting to do something with your hair, if you're feeling boring or whatever, throw some layers in there. Get a curtain bang, something that's going to grow out easy, but still make you feel like you had a little bit of a change without having to go as drastic as.
Yeah.
I think
cutting
that's
all
the
of it
thing,
off.
though. That's what happened. You nailed it on the head. The change part. Because
Yes,
every so
yes.
often, I'm like, I gotta change it up. I
Yeah.
gotta, because this. I mean, it gets old. You're like,
I mean, I would throw a long layer in that. I'd give you some shorter bangs, just little curtain bangs that just touch the top of your cheek, really accentuate
Yeah.
your
Sexy.
cheekbones.
Yeah, I got some longer ones
You could
in,
throw
but
a little bit
they
of
kinda
just
grow out.
balayage on the bottom, a little bit of color, really kind of just lighten
I'm
up
liking
the
where
ends.
this is going. You're
'Cause-
sold.
A lot of
ready.
times, too, what happens when you lighten the
What are you
ends-
doing after
this? I have 9 clients.
You now got 10.
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is this actually is giving me, even though I think it's super cute on these girls.
What's the difference in this?
Well, this one's the bullet one, but they're calling it like a wolf cut mullet.
Interesting.
wolf cut.
This cut doesn't work for me. At
Me
all.
neither. I don't like it. It feels basic.
I feel like she needs that hair longer in the front. If she would have done more of like an asymmetric
this,
that would have kind of elongated her jawline and things like that, it would have made it a little more sexy, a little more sleek. This to me feels a little like soccer mommy.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be horrible, but that to me looks like a Karen haircut that
Yeah.
that grew out.
Like, let me speak to your
Okay,
manager.
Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she hasn't had a chance to go back
God
to the
bless
salon.
you. I don't know who you are, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
come see me.
All right. Well,
oh my god.
Oh.
and this is also a hair trend
Yep.
that's become
What? What is
I-
that?
That's PRP injections.
Oh, yes.
Scalp?
So
PRP, PRS.
it's
Yep.
Yeah.
really, really, really expensive, but I have seen a lot of great results from it. My friend Rand Rusher, who's actually one of the top injectors in LA, he does it quite frequently, and he's done it on multiple celebrities, and it really does help. If you have that postpartum hair loss and you're really thinning up in your temples and here, what they do is they take your blood and they spin it and they get the plasma and they inject it back into your scalp to help regenerate those hair cells.
What?
I will say that it works really well for women. Haven't seen it work really well for men, just to be 100% honest.
Oh, that's interesting.
I wouldn't, if as a man, waste your money on it, but if you have money to spend, try it.
I was going to do it just for the hell of it, but I was also told it's very painful.
It is extremely painful because they're sticking a needle into your scalp. But a lot
Like
of people,
more than on your face?
Well, a lot of people numb
It's
you and
tighter
stuff
here,
now,
I guess.
so it's not as bad. But
Oh no.
it's worth a shot if you're feeling really insecure about that.
You got money to
especially
blow?
that area, and you have some money to do it. Usually takes like 3 or 4 rounds at anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a pop.
You might as well just go get
A wig,
Hair transplant.
toupee.
hair
Yeah.
transplant.
Hair
I'm a
plugs.
big fan of just saving your money and getting a hair transplant.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple men over the years, or just shaving it and doing those amazing toupees that they have now. But again, it's
Oh, can we talk about that for a minute? I have seen no, I see guys do I know girls, we cheat in a lot of ways, but if I was a woman and I picked up a guy at a bar or something and I peeled back the top of his fade and it was glued on. Oh my god!
they're amazing.
Did you
now,
see it?
and
They shave the head off and they
Yeah.
glue like a rug and they
it
cut it
stays
like a
on
bar.
there. It
They
stays
look
on there well.
so good.
They look so good. I've done a couple myself.
Catfishing is
And they're
real.
incredible. Talk
Yeah.
about,
God.
looking more youthful. You can take a man, that's completely bald. It's more of an option. If you are completely bald and you want to have some hair, and you don't think that
It
you're
looks
going to be
good,
able, because a
though.
lot of times
They're
you
phenomenal.
can't
It
get
looks
enough
really
hair from
good.
skin graft to get that fullness of hair.
Yeah.
They look amazing.
There's
Wow.
a guy that I know through another hairstylist, and he has that toupee wig thing.
Yeah.
And I had no idea.
Yeah.
I never knew. And then he said something to me about his business. I'm like, what business? He's like, hair. And I'm like, oh, frosting? He's like, no, hair. And I'm like, what? I had no idea.
No,
looked
there's
incredible.
some amazing. Also for women, so there's a lot of hair companies out there that actually make longer hair too, and a lot of women struggle with alopecia
Yep.
or just extreme hair loss on the top, and I'm seeing a lot more women actually shaving the couple hairs that they have off top and wearing those as well.
Yeah, no, wigs are totally.
Yeah,
You
I
heard
love
Ariana
wigs.
Grande in her video.
She got a wig?
She wears wigs all the
Oh
time.
my God, Ariana!
thought she had the
She's been-
ponytail.
She's been wearing wigs since
Yeah.
day one.
Nicki
man.
Minaj.
One of my friends started doing
Sorry,
it, and she was
Ariana.
like, "It is the best thing ever." She's
I
like,
would totally
never
wear
have to do
wigs.
my hair.
Oh, the wigs. That's what I always tell girls. I'm like, if you're trying to switch it up and you really want to go something extreme, go buy a wig.
But I have to.
Yeah.
But
For a
what do you
little
do when you have so much hair? I don't
For
feel like
you,
I'm
it's
going to be able to
hard.
fit a wig on
You
my
will.
head.
You can, I
can.
think. I feel
You
like
can?
You can, yeah.
What they'll do is they'll just braid it all down to your head, and then you put the wig over.
And
it.
you feel like a helmet. It's like when I used to get weaves back in the day. They do those cornrows and they shoop, 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 and you feel like you got a helmet on your head.
It's an amazing way to switch up your look, especially if you're going on vacation or something and you want to do a different color or something like that.
When I go
it's
hot
a healthy way to switch up your
Do
look
it.
so that you're
Hot
not
pink hair
having
and
to
blush.
I would
really
love it.
damage your hair with a massive color change.
Yeah.
Next time I come here, I'm going to have a hot pink bob.
You're going to be so trendy.
So trendy.
So trendy.
I'll really be a celebrity then.
I used to do the bottom ones, and that was pretty easy because, you could just color the bottom of your hair when that was a
yeah.
trend, and that you could change it all the time, and then when you're done with it, you just cut it off.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I hope that comes back around.
Yeah, me too.
It will, don't worry.
Yeah. Everything
This
comes
is what I
back
tell
around.
people is, trends aren't the end all be all. You know what I mean? If you got something that's working for you and just because someone else is doing something doesn't mean you have to. There's a plethora of ways that we can change up your style without having to be quote unquote on trend or what's in style.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially right now I'm getting a lot of inquiries because Hailey Bieber just cut her hair off.
Did you?
Oh, they
I haven't
follow
seen it.
everything
But I'm
she
like,
does.
girl, what you guys don't understand is she probably just took her extensions out and got a little trim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So That's the thing.
And she's beautiful.
Does she have like
She's
short
gorgeous.
bob?
Yeah.
She's
A lot of
gorgeous.
people
She's got a
No.
short bob right
She's
now.
really
She looks
pretty.
stunning. She's
Yeah.
glowy, and she has a full glam team everywhere she goes. So
Yeah.
Right.
her hair looks perfect, tousled and this and that.
Exactly.
So with shorter hair, what you have to remember is that it is very hard to style. It is
Yeah,
much
it
harder to
is.
style, and you have to style it daily.
Every day. It's like when I
Yes.
hear women say, "Oh, I'm having a baby. I'm going to cut my hair off to make my
Yeah.
life easier." And I'm
did
just like,
that.
No.
I
think
didn't do
it's
it to make my
opposite.
life easier
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I
Girl,
did it.
your hair is in a pony or a clock.
Yeah.
You wanna keep
if I
that
was a
long.
woman, I'd be like, "You want easier? I pull it back in a pony." Like
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
short hair,
It was
especially if you care, you
Yeah.
got to get up and
Short
blow
hair, you
dry
have to
that.
style. I mean, I can't tell you like.
and you can't put it in a ponytail because you
No,
chopped it all off.
exactly.
And then
Math.
women of a certain age, their hair doesn't grow as fast or maybe, as thick. So you do really want to take caution, as
Yeah.
a woman of a certain age, if you do have longer, nice hair
I don't know that age.
and you cut it off, it may not come back to where you had it before. So you really got to think about that.
Yeah.
Things to think
Lots
about.
to
I
think
know.
about.
I know. I feel so insecure.
Well, thanks for the therapy.
Join me next time on Beau's Therapy Hour.
Oh, I have to say that you had said something really funny when they were talking about our hairdryer being very not noisy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Quiet. And I was like laughing because I know that the hairstylist I used to go to, she used to hate talking to people because she had to do it all day long. So she liked a hairdryer that was loud.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Do you
I
like
spent-
talking to your clients, or would
I
you rather
do.
not?
I love talking to my
Well,
clients.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's
The other
I
one's
think
out
it's one of the best part about
I
my
feel
job.
like it's awkward for like if I can't talk to my hairstylist, I'm like, you're not the one.
I actually prefer
Yeah,
it because
exactly.
back in
Yeah,
the
you
day, you could dumb blow dry in their hair and then they would ask you something about what you talked about and you'd be like, I was just nodding my head the whole time. You know what I mean? They
But
can't
not
hear
with- not-
anything.
not with this hair dryer.
No,
Now you
this
can
one's
hear it.
great. It's like amazing. It's quiet. It's fast.
Also, the other thing, if you want to shoot any of your work where you're styling, because I have other stylist friends who are like, oh, can you, like, I want to do this thing where I'm doing hair and I'm talking, and I'm like, you got a hair dryer.
Right.
You can almost do that with this
You
hair
can
dryer.
absolutely do it. I've done
hear the
videos
dialogue.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. You can actually talk over it and still
And
get
it
that
works.
conversation going.
The Dry Q is amazing for so many of your hair care needs. It's got infrared technology, ionic technology, it folds up, and it's one of the lightest hair dryers on the market. So it really is not only a stylist favorite,
I can definitely attest to that.
but it's quickly becoming America's favorite. Ooh, did I just say that? I'm just saying.
Oh, it really is truly. I mean, if you ask any hairdresser on the planet, we've been using these clunky, super heavy blow dryers since the dawn of time. And literally over the last, 6-7 months that I've had this blow dryer, my wrist pain's almost gone.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you
Wow.
say that, though, because I know that's like a big concern for
Oh my God,
stylists.
it's insane because, we're doing the same repetition all day, every day. And when you're holding that really, really clunky, heavy blow dryer, it's just like, it just
Yeah.
does so much bad stuff.
I
to
can
wrist.
imagine because I
Early
don't,
carpal tunnel
yeah.
here, and it's like,
Well, I want to say I have one of these hair dryers.
yes.
As you should.
And being myself, I didn't read anything about it. But I would tell you what I loved about it, because I wake up early and I'm very aware of my neighbors, even though I'm always so quiet. I love how quiet it is.
Yes, it's so quiet.
I started using it and I'm like, oh my God, it's so quiet.
so quiet.
And it's just as powerful.
I know.
And it's
I literally
just
have
as
women
powerful.
that obviously come to my studio with their newborn babies. And
That- I was gonna
literally
say
I
that.
can blow dry their hair. We
And
don't
it
wake
won't
the
wake
baby,
the baby up.
And they're like,
Yeah.
they literally want to buy one instantly from my hands.
Yeah.
They're like, where can I get this? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, I mean, you can fold up and throw in your bag. I mean, I have one in my bag right now.
Mine's in my gym
I
bag.
take it and go. It's like,
Wow, look
it's
at
the
you guys.
absolute best.
Yeah, I love that you guys love it so much. A lot of work went into like really making sure that everybody, like, we wanted to make sure we made a product that it fit everybody's needs, concerns, and really hit those like pain points that the other dryers,
Yeah.
the things that we don't love about those, we wanted to solve for that.
Well,
So
absolutely. I mean, just even for like a lot of the women that I do that have longer, thicker hair, like your
Yeah.
luxurious mane of hair, by 10 minutes in, you're already tired, your arms hurting.
Yeah.
You don't want to finish the blowout. And this really actually allows women to fully finish that blowout because
Yeah.
they can hold it behind their head or wherever they need to do, and their arms aren't killing them or their back's not killing them by the end of the blow dry.
yeah.
That's true.
And I'm only going to say one more thing about SRI products while we're on the subject. Our new styler, I straightened my hair in 17 minutes.
Nice.
What is it usually?
45 minutes normally.
The titanium.
The titanium one.
Girl, I've been loving it.
I
I've done like 4
love
Brazilian blowouts
it.
with it this week.
Oh,
it's
Whoa.
smooth.
it's amazing.
It's
and I curled my
smooth.
hair with it.
Smooth as butter.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I've seen Cameron. He's got kind of like your length hair, and I've seen Cameron do
Works
his hair
for all
with it.
texture
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
Just depending on the heat setting, you know, obviously if you have finer hair, you want to set it to a lower temperature setting and
Yeah.
you know.
I actually
thicker
did
hair.
410 instead of 450.
Nice.
Because normally I'm like, I just need it high.
Yeah.
But it 410
Sometimes I
is
will
fine.
say, like, if you are going in for a quick curl or something like that, I do recommend, just from what I've found, like, if you have a heat protectant in there, you know, if you got some serum from SRI, you know, then you really do want to just set it to the highest setting, because a lot of the problem is people will set it to the lowest setting and then they're going over it.
Right.
yeah.
Going over it.
Yeah.
And what's happening with that is you're actually damaging the hair from going over it so much.
And you're thinking you're not because you're setting
Right.
it lower.
So you
yeah,
really
good
kind of want
point.
to set it to a higher temperature and hit it quickly.
Yeah.
And then you're doing less damage on your hair.
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Well, I guess
Because
I was doing
yeah.
it right again.
You're going over and going over and going over it.
I'm actually a wealth of knowledge and I didn't even know it.
There's only so much your heat protectant can do if you're going over it 50
Yeah,
times,
true.
You know, so
I've been so bad. I haven't been using that heat protectant.
Girl, you
there's
better use it.
There's just so much. There's so much I have to do. Yeah. Well, we got off subject, but that was the end of our game. Of our little trending game. Was there any other trends you want to talk about, or those are pretty?
No, I think we touched on all of them, but like what I really want to reiterate is just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mm-hmm. If
Yeah.
your hair looks
Noted.
great and you want a little change, make sure you're going to someone that you're in the right hands and they're going to help guide you.
Oh my God.
Yes, and yeah. Why don't we talk about where we can find you, how people can book you?
So I'm Beausef on Instagram, BeaUsef. My booking's right online. I do usually like to do a consultation before, so I'll have them send me a couple pictures of their hair and then a couple hair inspo pictures, and then I can kind of get an idea of what they're thinking.
All right. Well, thank
love
you
it.
so much for being
Thank you.
with us today.
Can I have some
And-
more champagne?
Of course.
All right. So, once again, this podcast is sponsored by the Skin Research Institute. We are a sustainable beauty brand that believes every woman should look and feel her best every day. And we're on a mission to make sure you can feel that way.
And men. And men.
And men.
And yes, I'm so sorry. What happened to equal rights? I'm so sorry. So, one of our most popular products is the SRI Dry Q Hair Dryer. And one of our newest products is the SRI sunscreen. You're gonna love this.
I'm taking that.
Yeah, you are. I use this every day. It's amazing. So there is a code at the bottom of this screen for you to try both of these products at a discounted price. And we just really appreciate you being here. And if you have comments, let us know. What
If you have any
else?
questions on the hairdryer, DM me.
Yes. He's been using it for a while and he's like very involved and with feedback and stuff. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you want to hear, and we had fun. I mean, this is like really fun. And I don't know if nobody else is taking
I
that
don't
home.
want to leave.
I'm gonna drink the rest of that. What time is it? It's not even 12.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's cheers.
Cheers,
Say
you
cheers.
guys. We're gonna need a
Thank you
little
so
top
much.
up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.